Hi, I'm Life Coach Landry, and the topic is 3 things you'll experience when you build mental strength. Okay, here's why building mental muscle and just getting your mind stronger is completely worth your time and effort. A lot of people don't do this, and they really should. Okay, I received an email from someone the other day who was thinking of signing up for a mental strength e-course. And it read, I think I'd like to learn more about the exercises that will help me build mental strength, but it sounds like a lot of work. How do I know becoming mentally stronger is totally worth it? Or am I just wasting my time? Okay, I mean, that's a great question. I'm always happy to hear people even looking at something like that. Everybody could use it. Work with a life coach. You could work with a therapist. You could work whatever works for you. The point is that the mind is the best thing to shape, to polish, to refine, to constantly work on. Remember, the world's complex. Everything's always changing. Your mind constantly requires new conditioning, okay, in order to keep up. Whether that be in a relationship, whether that be personally, whether that be in the business world. Okay. So I'm going to give you 3 of the biggest benefits to building mental strength. Okay. Greater life satisfaction. Building mental strength will help you, just gain just a general, self-acceptance. It'll help you it'll really just make you say, there's a reason why when people play, when they say, oh, you're in a hospital, children play video games like that because they're constantly sharpening the mind. It's kind of the same thing. You're constantly at it. You'll be able to enjoy life to its fullest. You'll be able to turn challenges into growth rather than feeling frustrated by them. Your mental strength increases when you feel more confident about the decisions you make. Okay. And that's real important, okay? You'll gain clarity over issues, and what that happens when you gain clarity into life and there's not a cloud over everything anymore. What happens is your priorities and your beliefs start to align, okay? And that's where there's a lot of importance. You want those things to really kind of align together, so to really give you that kind of perspective, okay? Number 2, it's going to enhance your performance by building mental muscle, okay? Increased mental strength is a key to performing, at your peak in general. Right? Whether you're an athlete or an entrepreneur, building mental strength is going to help you reach your greatest potential. Okay. Mental strength, it helps you manage your thoughts. It'll regulate emotions, which is important for a lot of people, especially if you're working on a new relationship or you're just, on your first couple of dates. You might be like, I really like this person. I feel like I'm either being too needy or I'm coming on too strong, or you're at work and you really want this promotion and you're pushing too hard. These are the type of things that will just kind of help you refocus, and it'll also keep those emotions regulated and kind of at a proper level, okay? And it'll help you behave more productively in general. That means you'll be able to focus effort, energy on things that matter the most instead of worrying about things that don't, okay? Number 3, you're going to have much, much more improved, increased resilience, okay? You can't control a lot of things that happen in your life. In fact, when you're born, the minute your feet touch the ground, your control is limited, other than yourself, even the things, but you're going to have a million things cross your life over time, right? The only one thing you constantly have control over is yourself. You have no power to dictate and know whether you have control over anything else that crosses your path. So it's important that you have increased resilience, right? Because you don't want things that aren't going to be around long term. You don't want things that aren't or don't have your best interest at heart when it comes to things. So you can't control a lot of things in your life, but you can control how you respond to hardships. When you feel mentally strong, you'll be able to rise above challenges rather than letting them get you in the muck and bring you back down. That's not what we want, right? So mental strength isn't just for hard times. It's also, critical to managing stress and everyday life, but you also, when life's good, you want to remember what got you there and what helped you prepare for it, what helped condition you to feel a lot stronger about those categories. So what I want to see you do is when you get into a good place, I also want you to remind yourself. I want you to go back and read these 3 steps. I want you to listen to this video. I want you to keep in mind that just because something went well doesn't mean that there's not more to prepare for in your future that's coming your way. So I want you to take time to look at those kind of things, right? So how do you build mental muscle, right? Everyone has the capacity to be mentally stronger, and everyone has room for improvement. There's not a client, a business, a friend, a relationship I haven't been in that isn't a true statement. Changing the way you think, feel, and behave isn't easy. However, it takes dedication and commitment. Okay. Just going to the gym a few times a week isn't going to make you physically stronger or make that tummy flat or get you where you want to be. You have to develop a regimen and think about it. If you have to do it with your body, what do you think you need to do with your mind? Which is more important than your body at the end of the day anyways, because when you're old and you can't do things, your mind is the one thing that's still operating amongst the two. Right? So developmental muscles also, it's a lifelong process. Okay. Mentally strong strength takes years to build and perfect. Okay. Surround yourself with people who always have your best interests. I don't mean that you have a good time with, or that are just good people. People who actually have your best interests, that have some love for you, that have some compassion for you, who, when something goes wrong, maybe it's an ex-boyfriend, maybe it's an ex-girlfriend you haven't talked to in a long time. These kind of people, and I'm not saying go to them, but I'm saying if there's one that's been on your mind that may help you say, you know what, I haven't talked to them in a long time, just seeing them, hearing them again makes me feel fulfilled because they always had my best interests at heart. Get around people like that. They're going to help lift you up, and they're going to help you become mentally stronger, okay? But remember, not everyone wants to improve their lives, and that's okay. Some people are lazy and afraid of hard work, okay? And others doubt their ability to create positive change, so they avoid these things. But if you want to challenge yourself and become the best version of yourself you can be, okay? You may not be able to be a supermodel. You may not be able to be the CEO of a company, but you can be the best version of who you are, and there's absolutely no reason you can't do it, okay? So I've seen with my clients, I've seen at work, I've seen in relationships, like I said, in my consulting, in my own life. Your mind can be your biggest asset, or it can be your worst enemy. Okay, when we learn how to train it, you can accomplish these feats. So remember, number 1, greater life satisfaction. Number 2, you'll enhance performance. And number 3, you'll create increased resilience by taking the time to build mental strength. Okay. And if this is one of the things where you'd like more clarity on, or you'd like to know some tips and how to go about that in more detailed, feel free to contact me on my YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, get my weekly videos. I mean, I run through these things constantly. I try to keep most of my messages, even if it's just one sentence in every video I do, every podcast that I do. And remember, I'm live on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and I post videos and podcast on Fridays and Tuesdays at 11 a.m. So there's always information there for you. You just got to make yourself open to it. When you do that, you're going to find that you're going to get information that's going to sharpen your skills. So if you found this information important to yourself and you want to book a personal session, click on the link below. And if you found this information of value and you want to donate, click on the link below, and I will talk to you soon.